What's up, everybody? Today we got a really cool tank for you from our friends at Joytech. This is your Rift Core Duo with nano heating technology. Science. Stay tuned to find out more. So today, everybody, we've got a really cool tank, and this one comes from our friends at Joytech. This is the Rift Core Duo, and it's got RFC micro technology. You've got the tank itself right here. And this one comes with a amberish kind of honeycomb drip tip. And then in the box, you got a bunch of extra goodies, which is really cool. They do give you a pair of really nice tweezers, as you can see there, your warranty card, your manual, and then in here you get spare glass, some pre-cut cotton strips, as well as a sheet of cotton, and then you get some extra goodies in here. I don't know if you can see, but right there they've got what they call a cotton strip, and this is a guide to show you what size to cut your cotton. And then of course you've got O-rings, grub screws, and the little Allen tool there to tighten and loosen. Alright, so here is your Rift Core Duo. Now this guy has got 3 sideline air slots across the bottom. You've got your 510 drip tip right there, and then your 510 firing pin on the bottom. Now this tank has a bubble glass that's kind of a beveled shape, so you can see right there it actually goes into the top, if you will. But what I really want to show you guys on this one is this right here. So what you've got in here is their heating plates. Now these guys say they use nanotechnology, and there's one on each side. And those heating plates are actually your coil or your heating element. So this one is a coilless tank, and you actually just change the cotton out right here, which is why they give you tweezers and the little strips to cut your cotton. And it actually looks like there's 2 pieces sandwiched in here, one for each coil. And you can see right here where your airflow comes up on the side, right next to that coil. Coils themselves, they say, are rated for 1 million puffs, which is kind of a cool thing. But they also have the ability to clean themselves. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in the up close portion of this. But they give it to you preloaded with cotton, but we're just going to pull that out here just so you can get a closer look at these heating plates they've got in here. And there's your up close look at the heating plates themselves. So you can see right there how it connects, and it's got the leads on each side to give you your positive and negative current, and the same thing on the other side. And this is a completely new type of coil that we haven't seen before, so definitely want to give you guys a good up close look at it. It's revolutionary, and Joytech has always been good for giving us stuff that haven't seen before, but the fact that this is rated for 1 million puffs is really interesting to me. And I'm going to show you how to re-wick it here, so that when you get yours and you have to change the cotton the first time, you're not all stressed out or anything like that. You can see your connection points here and here, and that's where you're going to change your plates out if you need to remove them for any reason. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but it is designed so that you can change them. And then we're going to show you how to re-wick it real quick. So when it comes time to re-wick it, you're just going to take that little template that they gave you and cut out your 2 pieces of cotton to size. So when it's time to rewick this guy, you're going to take your 2 pieces of cotton that are already cut to size using your little template, or you can use the ones that are already pre-cut in the box, and we're just going to sandwich those together. So what we're going to do here, sandwich these guys together like that, and you want to make sure the fibers are running in the same direction, because that's really the key to the wicking on this thing. So we're going to take those and slightly compress them down with our tweezers here, like so. And then we're just going to run it right through the center of this channel. Kind of push it down in the middle there, just like that. And then tamp it down across the center, just to get a good tight pack. The other reason is because your airflow slots are right here. You got the airflows right here and here, so you definitely want to make sure those can see daylight. Otherwise, it's not going to give you as much flavor or vapor production. It's going to be kind of like a clogged coffee straw, if you will. Just tamp them down like so. And that, boys and girls, is how you re-wick one of these. And when you get to this point, if you want to put a little drop or 2 of juice on it just to really finalize it, you can do that, and it'll hold its shape a little bit better when you go to put the cap on it. But as long as you've got cotton thick and juicy right between those two that runs from one side to the other, and you can see these 2 airflow slots here and here, then that's really all you have to worry about. You can see we've got a little extra hanging out over here, and that was my fault, so I'm just going to go ahead and snip that off like so. And it may not look the prettiest in the world, but the fibers are running all the same direction. They're going across the whole channel, and that's really all we need. So from that point, we just drop some juice on it, put it all back together, and have a vape on it. Now, the other thing I wanted to point out on this guy is how the tip or the chimney in here has got kind of a conical shape, but not really. And then you can see the bezel right here on the edge of the glass. So it's definitely flared out and then comes back in to make a good solid connection on the tank here. And both of those features are going to really enhance the juice flow and the flavor. Obviously the glass will enhance the juice flow, and then the flavor itself will be enhanced by the conical shaped chimney. Fairly simple to re-wick, as you see there, and it also very good for flavor, and the fact that you can change those plates out after time, as well as have the ability to use those same plates and just keep changing the cotton over and over, is an awesome new feature. So let's jump up top and talk about it. Alright, so now that you've got a good up close view, we're going to pull back, vape on it, and talk about this thing a little bit. There's a lot of cool stuff going on here, but first things first, let's start with the normal parameters. So it is 26 millimeters wide this way and 47 from the base to the top of the drip tip. So it's not a big tank, but it's not a small tank. It holds 3.5 milliliters, so decent juice capacity. But the molecule heating technology is really the coolest part about this whole thing. And you saw the 2 plates that you've got there with your cotton in between them. And that's really what sets this tank apart from anything. It's got some decent airflow across the bottom. There's 1, 2, 3 of them, and you can kind of see it there. Not huge, but this is definitely designed more as a flavor tank than anything else. So for all you flavor chasers out there, this is definitely something you want to look into. So the heating technology that they're using with these plates is really the star of the show here. Don't know exactly what kind of material they're using for this tank as far as the heating plates go, but they're very highly touted as being cleaner and safer than a traditional coil would be. And they have some information that they've got. I don't know how accurate it is, so I'm not going to include that in this review, but there is some evidence that shows that this could be a cleaner way to vape, which would allude to why the flavor is better, but it's also going to give you some other added benefits long term. So the plates themselves, you saw a little bit more in the up close video, but I want to talk about them for a minute here. They say that they're good for 1,000,000 puffs, which means that you can hit this thing 1,000,000 times before those plates have to be replaced. Now, I haven't seen them available sold separately as of yet, but there is a way to take them out. So I would think that in the future at some point they're going to allow you to buy those heating plates separately. There's some very specific heating or cleaning instructions in the box, and the cleaning instructions state to set it at 30 watts, fire it for 3 to 5 seconds 3 times. Now, I wanted to test the boundaries a little bit, so I fired them until I saw red, because traditionally that's how I would clean a coil off, and it left a kind of gross taste. It did go away after a little while, but if you are going to clean the coils off on this tank, don't fire it until they're red hot. You just want to fire it at the recommended cleaning settings that they give you, and you'll probably have a better experience than I did. But, you know, for the purpose of this video, I wanted to test it out and see what exactly was going on with it, how it worked, and what the pros and cons would be. Now, the other thing that's interesting is they set the top end on these heating plates at 50 watts, I believe it says. We pushed it a little bit past there to, like, I think I've got 55 right now. Yeah, so you can see I got it at 55 watts, and great vapor production, amazing flavor, but overall it's definitely a little bit tighter of a draw on this tank than a lot of the tanks that are coming out nowadays. So if you're looking for a super airy cloud producing tank, this probably isn't for you. However, if you're looking for something that's going to give you amazing flavor compared to anything else that's out there or traditional coil style, even a little bit, if the mesh isn't quite enough flavor for you, this Rift Core is a very interesting tank. The way the airflow comes up right on the inside or on the outsides of the coil, and the way you rewick your cotton through that channel there is very interesting. I also think that because of the restricted airflow and the 510 drip tip they give you, that also adds to the flavor a little bit. You know, overall, we've been testing this tank for about 2 weeks now because we wanted to really give it a thorough go through because of the revolutionary type of technology that they're using for the coils here. And all in all, I have to say, 2 thumbs up. This tank has great build quality, as we know from Joyetech. It's fairly user-friendly, even though it's got some more advanced technology going on in it. But more than anything, it is amazing flavor. Amazing flavor. What they were able to do with these heating plates and the nano heating technology really adds to an already great flavor tank design, but it really kind of steps it up to a whole nother level. So it's not going to give you the vapor production that you're used to from, you know, a Fireluke mesh or the new Fireluke or the new Mesh Pros that are out or anything like that. But if you're specifically looking for phenomenal flavor, and that's the main thing that you're looking for, I would definitely recommend checking out the Rift Core Duo from our friends at Joyetech. So, that being said, we're going to throw the coupon code up right here. That way you can pick yours up for 10% off at shop.rvavapes.com. And there are a couple of different color options, so we're going to splash those across the screen right now. That way you can find one that matches your particular style or color palette. Of course, I chose blue because that's what I do. But we're going to try to keep this video short and sweet because it is fairly self-explanatory once you break down the plating and the heating elements of it. But as always, thank you for watching. Please tune in every Saturday for all of our new reviews and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get the notifications of all of our latest videos. Other than that, if you want to smoke, that's your business. If you don't, you know where we're at.